Justin Jefferson's touchdown reception. This will be brought out from the middle of the end zone. And ultimately, he stopped right where he would have been if he had simply gone down to a knee at the 25. And now Dallas gets set to take the field. This now a 10-point game, so things tightening a little bit after that last score. Throwing on first down. Rush. And he's going to be intercepted for the third time thus far. Picked by Cameron Bynum. And they will be set up now as he brings this thing all the way back inside the 20. So here's a 1st and 10 now down inside the 20. A 10th carry in the game for Cook. And he'll get this one down to about the 17. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
Well, they still have time to get him established, but in my estimation, they've got to pick up the urgency here. They've got to get quickly in and out of the huddle and run off a bunch more plays.
2nd down, they go right back to Cook.
And it's been like this all night long. Nowhere to run as they stop him behind the line. Now they're staring at a 3rd and 8. That last play backwards a yard.
This defense is just flat getting after it. They have not given up much of anything in the run game. Case in point right there.
On 3rd down, Cousins. And it's caught. Touchdown, Vikings.
Kirk Cousins on the connection to Justin Jefferson. And the Vikings take the forced turnover on defense and convert it into 6 points. Joseph connects on the extra point.
And the lead's down to a field goal at 17-14.
Now Joseph tees it up to kick off following the touchdown. And here comes a return from the middle of the end zone. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line. Dallas offense set for this next drive. Their lead down to a field goal now as they start with a 1st and 10.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception.
It's Cameron Dantzler who picks it.
And he's able to get it back to the 33-yard line. So, my goodness, I would have thought this possible not too long ago, but that turnover there means we have a game again.
Yeah, it's been a completely different team here in the second half. I just wonder on the other side of the field, where the starters telling the backups, get ready, you're going to get some playing time. And now guess what? Hope they didn't cut the tape off of their wrists and ankles. They've got to go back out there and play.
Minnesota's offense takes over possession. And down by a field goal, they'll take over with excellent field position following the interception.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Following the interception, Cousins. And my goodness, another interception.
Picked off by Anthony Barr. And the Cowboys will have the football as this is taken up past the 30.
Well, that puts a little bit of a wrinkle in their comeback bid.
Yeah, everything had turned around for them, hadn't it? I mean, things were now going their way. But you did mention it's a wrinkle in their comeback bid. It's not the death knell for them by any stretch, but now they've got some extra work to do in order to climb all the way back.
And out of bounds on the other side of midfield at the 45.
The catch and run, good for 24 yards.
As they began this drive, I was wondering how they were going to attack since they're playing with the lead. Would they continue to try and push the ball downfield? Well, after one play, it appears that the answer is yes.
And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46. Throwing again on 2nd down. Rush. Now on the run. He'll throw it back deep over the middle.
And he's just throwing the ball up for grabs now. Fortunately, that one going to fall incomplete.
Whenever you see a quarterback break contain, just think to yourself, the receivers on that side of the field, their number one job, make sure they get in his sight line so he can try and find someone downfield. Guys,
got a man that's caught at the 6-yard line. Touchdown, Cowboys.
CeeDee Lamb.
40 6 yards. And they are able to add on to their advantage.
A nice connection there, finding his target, and that'll put 6 up on the board.
Just like they drew it up in their playbook and reiterated it on the sidelines, right? Perfect route, a good throw, and the defense, they had no answer for that right there.
Marr now to add the extra point. And his guys will take a 10-point lead. Just a 4-play drive that time.
And it's finished off by the touchdown from CeeDee Lamb.
Taking off for Dallas.
Following the touchdown, here's Marr to kick it away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. And now out comes Minnesota.
Now this offense trying to change the script here a little bit, CD. Trailing on the scoreboard, and the last time out on the very first play of the drive, they threw that interception.
And you definitely saw his coaches, teammates come over to him on the sideline, trying to help him shake it off because in this game, his team is down right now. So it's important to make sure you get some confidence back for both the quarterback and the entire offense. Otherwise, those mistakes could continue to pile up.
So quickly all the way up at the 40-yard line.
Here's Cook again. Taken down at the 42.
Oh, that's a real nice job there by the defensive front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about whether they take a good first step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving, get your body going, and then once he made the read, he was able to make the play.
And very little daylight there. He'll get a couple up to the 44.
So you know that old expression, it's not my night. It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
And every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play. Open man is Thielen. It's complete. And he's going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at the Cowboys' 31-yard line. Draw play, Madison. And he'll get this just inside the 30-yard line.
That's a good play by the guys on the defensive side of the ball. Held him to a gain of 2. And that changes the playbook a little bit now for the guy calling plays. 2nd and 8. Now he's got to probably think about going to the air instead of maybe staying with the ground game.
And he'll be brought down on what's going to turn out to be the final play of this third quarter. 1 quarter remains here on a Sunday night. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. And we return, welcoming you back to Minneapolis. It's the Vikings in possession of the football, but they need some points. They're trailing here to start the fourth.
Cousins going to bat it forward here on the jet sweep. On 2nd and 9, Cousins. And they're going to get him. He's sacked back around the 28. Micah Parsons able to drop him that time for his 2nd sack of the evening.
I remember throughout my career hearing defensive coaches always say, guys, you got to earn the right to rush the passer. Well, they put themselves in a great spot with this big lead, and they know they've got to throw the ball.
These pass rushers have to be salivating. It is pin your ears back time indeed.
And he's got this to Jefferson.
And finally down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. And a 2-score game, obviously. Every play, every 3rd down, like we saw there, magnified. Big pickup.
It was a huge pickup. What they really want, though, is to not even get to 3rd down. They've got to maximize time and conserve as much as possible.
They'll run with Cook. And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. Only a yard that time, 2nd and goal.
It's a gain of a yard. Brings up 2nd and goal. 6-yard line.
They try again with Cook. They follow up the first down 1-yard run with a minimal gain of 2.
Sometimes I get caught in hyperbole, but I think they desperately need to punch this one in. They're running out of time.
Yeah, 2-score game, second half, you're down here. This is the time to put it in the end zone.
And not going to get much better than this for an opportunity.
And it's caught in the end zone for the Viking touchdown by Justin Jefferson. 4 yards on the touchdown grab. And the Vikings have made it a one-score game again here in the fourth. So how about that for an answer? They get the touchdown there, and it's back to a one-score game here in the fourth.
And that's what these guys have done all game long because they've scratched and slashed their way to stay in this game. And by now we should all realize they're not going away. Now the pressure again swings to their defense because they're going to need to find some way to get the ball back.
Joseph connects on the extra point. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this fourth quarter. Now Joseph tees it up to kick off following the touchdown. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. The time to get another look at this Cowboys offense. Things sure were looking good for him at the half. Heck, off the air, you and I were just saying they might run away with this thing and cruise to a victory. Not anymore.
Yeah, the cruise control has to be off at this point. Now you've got to mash the gas yourself. Again, who's going to step up and make a big play for you? Who's going to take care of business now that you're being pressed? It is definitely go time for them at this moment.
All of a sudden clinging to a slim lead and hoping to hold on to that lead.
Well, that should be a reminder defensively, and I think it's a reminder to myself because you just can't sell out to stop the run. There's still enough time that this offense can move the football through the air, even on first and second downs, and they obviously picked the right spot to throw the ball there.
They'll fire this deep for Gallup. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. And the Vikings are right back in this football game. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. A golden opportunity for them now following the interception. They need to try to at least get 3. Obviously, a touchdown puts them in a much more secure position. So quickly all the way up at the 40-yard line. They run with Cook. He's been busy tonight. And they get to him after a gain of 6 to the 46.
Now, Brandon, that's the way you want to run the football. There should almost be quote bubbles above the offense right now. Bam, boom, biff. That's how they feel good about moving the football.
The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4. Open man is Osborne. He's got it. And some room to run now. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. An explosive 38-yard pickup. So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on first down. Cook up the gut. And he'll be stopped after a gain of only a couple down to the 15-yard line. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
On second down, it's Cook again. He's going to get 4 out of this as he's down to the 10-yard line.
Some of the most unselfish players on any football team, defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat up blocks and allow other people to make tackles. But when he can make a play himself, as we just saw there, that's a big day.
So the Vikings in possession of the football as we get you reset. They face a critical third down now, needing a score here in the late going. In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down. From the shotgun, it's Cousins. Hard throw, incomplete.
Partner, they've got one chance left to keep this one going, and I think for you and me, let's think along with their offensive coordinator now. Has to think back, cycle through every play of this contest, and remember what's worked and what hasn't. Because right here, he needs the best play of the game in order to keep this one alive.
The kick by Joseph is good. And we are all tied here in the final stages. I tell you, the life of a kicker. He has not been caught on the say, hey, go tie the game, will you? And guess what? He comes through.
I just don't know how they do it. I really don't. These cats are a different breed from you and me. That's a pressure kick, but that one was never in doubt.
Nothing separating these two sides. 24 all our score as he sends this one away. And here comes a return from a few steps into the end zone. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. And now Dallas gets set to take the field. Here comes another drive from this unit, and Charles, they're coming off a costly mistake on the last possession, an interception in a game that is very close right now.
Well, as we know, they all sting no matter what the situation, but in a one-possession game, that'll hurt a little bit more. But this is an excellent opportunity to make up for it on this drive. I just don't expect them to try and take huge gambles to make up that momentum in a hurry.
Looking to throw again on second down. Rush. He's got Elliott. And he is going to lose yardage here. It'll be a loss of 4. And now third down.
I know it goes against the grain here. It totally goes against it, but you've got to drop the... He makes the catch, but he loses yards and doesn't get out of bounds.
To throw is Rush. He'll fire deep downfield for Lamb. And it's knocked away and incomplete. Cameron Dancer that time breaking the pass up. Here's Brian Anger now as he's on to punt for Dallas. And how about this, a fake? Oh, but this is going to backfire as it's intercepted. Picked off by a Caleb Evans. And the Vikings will take over possession here up at the 44. So the fake punt, a daring call this deep in their own end, and the end result, certainly not what they were hoping for.
I have to admit, I admire their daring, but I actually would like this play called better if it's between the 40s here. The problem is, even if the ball's not intercepted and it's just incomplete, you're still giving away half a field worth of possession.
And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. 105 yards on the ground for him now as he has gotten better, really, as the night's gone on. Probably had 60,000 thinking pass right there, including us in the booth.
Yeah, no doubt about it. That was a big call, big guts on that one. And guess what? That run, it'll pay dividends.
On the jet sweep, here comes Jefferson. And he got blown up. Losing yardage on the play back at the 44. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a little over 30 ticks to go in the football game. So the first down run lost a couple. Now they come up 2nd and 12. Here's Cousins. Throw left side on target to Thielen. And he gets this down inside the 35 before going out of bounds. A little too much extracurricular there.
When you have a game with a lot of contact, tensions are going to run pretty high. You're going to be emotional, but you have to harness it somehow, and he didn't on that play.
Cook following the penalty. And he'll take this inside the 20 and down to the 18. Now another timeout called for by the offense as they stop it with 22 ticks to go in the 4th. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Now Cousins. toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. The way he's throwing the football today, almost a surprise when he doesn't complete a pass like happened there, but he needs a few more to get his guys downfield.
Well, the way he's thrown it leads him to believe that he's going to get those completions, and that means the guys going out for passes, they'll run even harder because they expect it as well.
And now the third down throw incomplete as well. Fourth down now, and defensively, Charles, you know, they're just asking this crew for one more stop.
And you know that they're feeling the momentum right now, but they have to be very careful not to get over-exuberant, overexcited, and blow an assignment and give up the big first down.
Cousins to throw for it on fourth. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked up by Trayvon Diggs. And here come the whistles and a timeout with 7 seconds left. And the Cowboys are going to get the football here as the ball will come out to the 20. Rush. He'll fire deep downfield for Lamb. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. And we've got free football. 4 quarters done, and we're dead even. We'll have overtime after this. And here in overtime, if the team that receives the ball scores a touchdown, it's over. If they don't, we can still have some more football.
That's exactly right. If they go down and kick a field goal, the other team gets a possession to either match it or score a touchdown to win the ball game. If both teams kick field goals, the next team to score wins. But if the receiving team throws a pick six or fumbles the ball and it gets picked up by the defense and they score, the game is over at that point.
So the Cowboys going to get the first chance here to search for a winner as we're back underway to start this overtime. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And they'll get him down right around the 25, actually the 26 officially, so a net gain of 1 there. And now here come the Cowboys. Charles, you think back to halftime, they had the big lead. They were in control of this game. They lost that lead, but ultimately right now, with the ball in overtime, a chance to win this thing.
And you know each guy's telling his teammate, just let it go. Don't worry about it. We're starting fresh right here. What happened before does not matter. What happens right now and going forward, that's what matters. Let's find a way to win this game.
A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. Up the middle, here's Elliott. And he's got it across the midfield stripe and into Viking territory. From just shy of midfield, Rush. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Schultz. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. A good-looking drive for the Cowboys so far. It's a first down. The give is to Elliott. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3. Again, it's Elliott. And he'll go down here right around the 23-yard line. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down. They run straight ahead here with Pollard. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
Well, that kind of hit will certainly fire up your team both on the field and on the sideline. Tackles for lost yardage, they're always welcome.
Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11. Toss left to Elliott. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11.
Count me as a little bit surprised by what we just saw there because this has been a pretty long drive, and normally you think that wears down a defense. In this case, looked like the offensive line let them down a little bit.
They allowed the penetration and the ability to stuff him for a loss. And they've got this down to about the 12-yard line. Well, good start for him under center here in overtime. Now 3 of 3.
And this is where you have to know who you have playing quarterback. You've got a confident thrower right now, someone who's taking care of the ball, but not being timid as well, and is moving the team downfield. That opens up your playbook and allows you to dial up some big shots if you want.
So after the loss of a yard, they'll look to push forward here on 2nd down and 11. Throwing here, Rush. Oh, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Harrison Smith.
And the Vikings are going to have it with a chance to win the game here in overtime. Well, that one hurt, CD. They were in field goal range. They wanted that touchdown understandably, but now a field goal on the other side would beat them.
And when you get the ball first in overtime, you're thinking to yourself, nothing less than a field goal, but you really want the touchdown. You don't want to put the onus on your defense to try and hold. In this case, they put it on them anyway, but at least they were aggressive, trying to get the score that would have ended the game.
They start the drive with Cook.
And he gets forward up the middle, but only for a couple. It'll be 2nd down.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. They'll try the middle with Cook. Oh, he's got some breathing room.
And a strong run there as he'll take this all the way down to the 35. 128 yards rushing for him now as he was just trying to will his guys to an overtime victory.
Following the good run by Cook, here's another 1st and 10. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line.
2nd and 11.
Now Cook, he's got it off the draw. And that didn't fool anybody. He's going to be dropped in the backfield. 2 yards the loss, and now 3rd and 12. He's had some big runs in this game. Not there, though.
But I don't think they're going to be deterred by that play right there. He's had some nice runs in the game. And how many times have we seen a good running back get stopped, yet turn it into something big on a later carry? I'd stay with him.
What can Cousins do in the OT? Oh, and it's intercepted.
Picked off by Anthony Barr. And the Cowboys are going to have it with a chance to win the game here in overtime.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense.
Well, the last time out, they had the good drive going. You get in the red zone, they throw the interception. Not their first pick of the game either, so we'll see if they're more careful, more cautious here on this drive.
Yeah, nothing worse than repeat mistakes, right? You end up coughing the ball up, you end up throwing a pick, everything goes awry, and now points don't go up on the board. I just heard a fan scream out. I thought the idea was to score point.
Oh, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker. Vikings now heading onto the field.
Well, this is a pretty rare situation here, Charles. You get into overtime, neither team coming through with even a field goal on their first drive. So now, sudden death with the time remaining. Next score wins.
And now I would say that going at it might be a little bit easier for both teams now because they've eased into overtime. That first series, boy, everything on the line then. Now you've seen what a defense is thrown at you. You can make some adjustments, and all you need is 3 points to win it.
Now a timeout called for by the offense. They'll be down to just one remaining as we step aside here in overtime. From back at the 4, here's 2nd and goal. Play action now. Cousins. And this will be caught. Touchdown. They needed overtime to get it done, but put this one in the win column. So the game-winning touchdown came through the air in overtime. 4 quarters wasn't enough. We were treated to a really good one, weren't we, Parker?
That we were, and I just love being able to be witness to a game like this all the way through. Who's going to win it? We're getting overtime? Great.